Hello everybody and welcome to this right way to play the CT side of Ancient. Now this map has been out for a little while, and so I finally felt like it's about time to finally put some coverage on this map and really show you my thoughts and overall process on going through this map. And after seeing some of the pro players play for a little bit, I thought I'd finally share it with you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright guys, we're on the A bomb site first of all, and if you want to see how you should be playing mid or B more specifically, I should have timestamps in the description for you guys at least. If not, they should be somewhere, maybe on screen even. If not, check the description. So without further ado, let's get started on the CT setups for A. Starting with this A main area, it can be very vital if you, as a CT player, if you want to take control of this, if you have good spawns. The timing for this is very close. It's like around here, pretty sure, is where the T's and CT's meet for timings. With a second player, preferably an opper, and yourself, maybe a rifler, you can throw some Molotovs deep left and one deep right to prevent any T's from rushing your position. It can also give your opper teammate some really good long-range engagements to take down any T's. But as a rifler, you should be heading towards this right back lane area to help smoke this off, to help delay some the T pushes. But if you're making for this kind of play, do keep in mind that if you don't see any T players here, they can easily rush you from some sort of mid crunch or something. So a very simple play that you could throw in at the beginning of a round, maybe once or twice a half. But if you're deciding to play a little bit more passive around, you can go ahead and throw in some other setups combined with Donut or maybe even Temple. Some setups there's some good positions. There's some good positions you can use. Like this one right here is a very good position if you don't get cleared. Some good trigger discipline, and you can easily get maybe 2-3 kills here. But some really good basic positions are this little headshot angle right here. I was seeing FaZe Clan, Kerrigan was either a player on Ancient, was using this a whole lot. It's a very good angle. If you get spotted, you can go ahead and smoke yourself up, and then you got this nice little smoke, and then you can kind of just work around this or use this smoke to get away and kind of just call for reinforcements and get a retake going on if they hit your bomb site. As for this temple position, it can be very, very good if you have an opper player here, as these two angles can make it very, very grimy and a hard fight for any T's rushing into the bomb site. As an example, post up on here, take contact, make a shot, you swing back over here, take another shot. You can also fall back very easily. This is a nice angle to fall back to. You know, take a shot, fall back, and you can fall back all in CT spawn if you need to. That is just an example of how you can use Temple, but there's some other ways, as you know, maybe you can take contact and maybe try to bounce some smoke off the wall or something to help get yourself out. Maybe if you want to be a little bit more aggressive with it, or maybe you have a rifle. But there are some other ways that you can use this. That is just the one example I have seen that most players use Temple. As for Donut, on the other hand, it can be very good to help take mid control, and this is where I see a lot of the second A players defaulting to, is this little donut area. It's very, very good for operators, but riflers alike. You know, you peek on this left side, take a shot. You know, peek on this right side, take a shot. You know, smoke yourself off if you need to get away to this site. You know, just your basic stuff, as well as this angle right here if they're executing. It can be very good as you take out A players as they're coming in. A little side note as well is that the CT players can actually self-boost themselves on top of this tree area. You can go ahead and jump on top of this little alligator, then you go ahead and jump on top of the sign, if I can make it. Like that, and then you're on the tree, on this boost area. Very good. If you got an SMG, or maybe a pistol, it can be very good. It's like shroud position on cash. If anybody remembers that, can be very good. Take out a couple people as they're coming in. As a CT player, if you want to get mid control very easily, there are some nades I can recommend for you that can be thrown from top mid, right from your spawn, right from the ghetto. I know Gambit was using this a lot. A lot of teams, pretty much every top 20 team was using these nades. You can simply just toss a Molotov over the top of that. And if you know, well, that one didn't make it, but I'm pretty sure yours will. It's somewhere in that area, but go ahead and just run. You can also throw nades like that to do damage to the T's. Maybe throw the nades a little bit lower than I did, as they'll land deep in that corner, deal tons of damage to the T's. They won't even make it out mid. Once you have mid control, this is mollied off, and maybe you smoked it already. You can also just swing out for any B information from this sort of connector jump up area. This kind of play here, where you peek out for B information, can really make your mid control that much more important. If you're having trouble on B, maybe throw in some mid control, and then peek out from a different angle. Maybe get a B crunch going. Though do keep in mind, you are going to be exposed for any A rush when doing some sort of play like that. But as far as mid goes, there are some good positions. Like this one's pretty good, especially having off on this angle. But really, you're not going to be getting mid control every round, as it's not as important as mid control is on a map like, say, Mirage on CT side. But it can lead to round wins, and it can still help your team out even if you are losing really bad on the CT side. But as for now, let's move on to the B side of the map. Alright, now we're on the B side of the map, and this is where I feel like map control gets really important, and using your utility becomes way more important and necessary to get information and to win rounds on this side of the map. Because of this, I want you to think of this area right here, from there to here to there, all this area, even in between, as Banana from Inferno. Yes, I want you to believe that this is Banana on Inferno, and as such, you should be having maybe 2, maybe even 3 players here on B, Molotoving just the heck out of this area. Especially fighting for probably the most important room in this whole map is this cave control. Making sure that you are throwing Molotovs from not only this area, but off the top of the roof as well, that I have seen teams do. Or they actually just simply throw it over the top. All 3 of these ways work really good. This is where the CTs need to get all their map control from. If the T's have control of this cave area, if you give up control of this whole cave area, they can easily execute onto your bomb site on B and easily overwhelm you. And then once they start doing that, then you start losing rounds and you start losing money, and this is how you lose halves. You don't give up. You start giving this up for free, then you're gonna start losing rounds. Make the T's fight for it. Make them use utility. Make them be scared to take this. But as the beginning of a round starts to wind down and you get more into this mid-round area, this is where the B bomb site really shows its potential as a good CT bomb site. There's tons of little crevices here that you can be holding as off angles. You know, there's good peaks you can have, like this headshot angle is very good. There's good positions like this pillar spot, very good for oppers. Take a shot, fall back, peek, take a shot, fall back, as well as this little cave control can be very good. You can get good setups from the CT side, as well as this setup that a lot of people have been talking about, where you get 2 people stand on each side, get this nice crossfire going. There's just a good, this is where the most important side of the map is. Put your best players on this side. Though there is some other basic information I could talk about, like throwing flashes for your teammates, for peeking K. Uh, it's really all about how you play it as a team and playing unpredictable. And as for the CT side, I think I've said everything I need to say. So let's get on to the T side of the map. So yeah, guys, I think that's about everything I wanted to say for this video. I feel like I said everything I need to say for the CT side setup on Ancient. So if there's anything you guys want me to cover more specifically, like CT side specifically, or maybe T side on this map, or any side specifically, any video topic really at all, suggest it. Comment below, like, subscribe, everything. So that's really it for me. See you in the next one. Peace.